Consider the functions f of x equals x squared minus 5 and g of x equals x over x minus 3. Which of the following is an expression for f of g of x? We have ourselves a composite function where g of x is going to live inside of f. So this is how I like to do composite functions. Whatever the guy is on the outside, I like to start writing that out first. So f of g of x, and let me get my colors, f of g of x is going to have me start out with f, okay? Now, I'm going to write out every part of f, but what I'm going to do is for every x in f, I'm going to leave a blank parentheses there. Because when you have f of whatever, you replace every x in f of x with that whatever. And it just so happens that my whatever is this ugly looking x over x minus 3. And x over x minus 3 is g of x. So I'm going to replace that with x over x minus 3. Now, doing a little bit of math, and it looks like I don't have to do too much math. I don't know. We'll see. We have x over x minus 3 times x over x minus 3. That basically means x times x, which is x squared, and x minus 3, which is x minus 3 squared, minus 5. And it looks like in this case, that's all I have to do and I end up with C. Now, if for some reason you were to take this like a step or two further, and you know, if you're happy with this, end the video, you're done. But if for some reason you are given an option where you have to multiply this out and maybe even combine that, let's just do that for funsies. X squared is still x squared. X minus 3 squared is actually a perfect square trinomial. That's a FOIL problem. And if you need to take this extra step and write out x minus 3 times x minus 3, that's not the end of the world. We'll leave that minus 5 out there on the outside. I'll deal with you in a moment. Okay, now x squared upstairs in the numerator is still x squared. X times x is x squared. Minus 3x minus 3x is minus 6x, and then you become plus 9. Now, if I have to combine that minus 5 with this fraction, like let's just say like the option kind of looked like this, but you were required to do a little bit more, then what I would do is I would multiply that negative 5 to u in the numerator and the denominator. So u would become minus 5, x squared minus 6x plus 9, over x squared minus 6x plus 9. Why am I doing that? So I can combine fractions. So what I'm going to do is now I have x squared minus 6x plus 9 in the denominator. You are negative 5. Let's not forget that. You are negative 5. So you become, and by the way, this is me combining fractions and distributing at the same time. So x squared minus 5x squared. Negative 5 times negative 6x is going to be positive 30x, and negative 5 times negative 9, positive 9 rather, is going to be negative 45. Okay, and the only thing that we have to combine up here is that, which becomes negative 4x squared plus 30x doesn't combine with anything, minus 45 doesn't combine with anything, and you still have x squared minus 6x plus 9. So we're going to leave this like that. Okay, I'm not going to scratch anything out. I'm not going to cancel anything out. That's my guy. So, if you did the problem and you ended here and you felt like that's just too easy, maybe it's supposed to look like that. Well, no, it doesn't. We did everything right. It just so happens that our answer is a little bit friendlier than expected. But just in case the answer is not as friendly, we just did the work anyway. And you know what? It was fun. And I pray that you watched the whole thing. And if you did, I love you. But yeah, there it is. Hope this helps.